Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Thank you very much, dear devotees, for your kind association. नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय तस्यारविन्दनयनस्य पदारविन्द किञ्जल्कमिश्रतुलसीमकरन्दवायुः अन्तर्गतस्वविवरेण चकार तेषां संक्षोभमक्षरजुषामपि चित्ततन्वो नेह यत्कर्मधर्माय न विरागाय कल्पते न तीर्थपदसेवायै जीवनपि मृतो हि सः प्रसङ्गमजरं पाशम् आत्मनः कवयो विदु स एव साधुषु कृतो मोक्षद्वारमपावृतम् तितिक्षवः कारुणिकाः सुहृदः सर्वदेहिनाम् अजातशत्रवः शान्ताः साधवः साधुभूषणाः सतां प्रसङ्गान् मम वीर्यसंविदो भवन्ति हृत्कर्णरसायना कथा तज्जोषणादाशभवर्गवर्त्मनि श्रद्धारतिर्भक्तिरनुक्रमिष्यति हासं हरेरवनताखिललोकतीव्र शोकाश्रुसागरविशोषणमत्युदारम् सम्मोहनाय रचितं निजमाययास्य भ्रूमण्डलं मुनिकृते मकरध्वजस्य मद्गुणश्रुतिमात्रेण मयि सर्वगुहाशये मनोगतिरविच्छिन्ना यथा गङ्गाम्बसम्बुधौ लक्षणं भक्तियोगस्य निर्गुणस्य युदाहृतम् अहैतुक्यव्यवहिता या भक्तिपुरुषोत्तमे सालोक्यसारष्टिसामीप्य सारूप्यैकत्वमप्युत दीयमानं न गृह्णन्ति विनामत्सेवनं जनाः यन्नामधेय श्रवणानुकीर्तनाद्यत्प्रवलनाद्यत्स्मरणादपि क्वचित् स्वादोऽपि सद्यः सवनाय कल्पते कुतः पुनस्ते भगवन्नुदर्शनात् अहो बतश्व पचतो गरीयान् यज्जिह्वाग्रे वर्तते नाम तुभ्यम् ते पुस्तपस्ते जुहुवुः सस्नुरार्या ब्रह्मानुचुर्नाम गृह्णन्ति ये ते हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, we are continuing our study of Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 30, Text 11. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.30.11. Bhagwan Shri Kapil Dev is speaking to all of us through his dear mother, Shri Devahuti Devi. वार्तायां लुप्यमानायाम् आरब्धायां पुनः पुनः लोभाभिभूतो निस्सत्वः परार्थे कुरुते स्पृहाम्. This chapter is entitled Description of Adverse Fruitive Activities. And here in this verse, Bhagwan Shri Kapila Dev is saying, when the sinful person suffers reverses in his occupation, he tries again and again to improve himself. But when he is baffled in all attempts and is ruined, he accepts money from others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to others, and he is ready to give money to oth because of excessive greed. So, when we face reversals in our life because of our sinful activity, we try to improve our situation because everyone wants to enjoy, no one wants to suffer. We try to counteract the suffering that comes because of our own previous bad karma. We get into a bad situation, then we try to improve ourselves, lift ourselves up from the bad situation. But when we fail, then we start taking money from others because of excessive greed. We start taking money from others to improve our situation, thereby getting further implicated into karma. Hare Krishna. Text 12. Kutumba bharana kalpo mandabhagyo vrithodyamah श्रिया विहीना कृपणो ध्यायन् श्वसिति मूढ़धि. Thus, the unfortunate man, unsuccessful in maintaining his family members, is bereft of all beauty. Shriya Vihina. He always thinks of his failure, grieving very deeply. And thus, when the bad karma catches up with us, then when the bad karma catches up with us, then we start losing all our opulence, our beauty, our fame, our wealth. We find it difficult to maintain family. Kutumba bharana akalpaha. Akalpaha means we are unable to do. We are unable to maintain our family. Poverty. And then we are always thinking of our failure and always worried, always grieving about our misfortune. And Moodha we remain bewildered in our intelligence. Dhi means intelligence. Moodha means bewildered. We become bewildered in our intelligence. We become so disturbed by our failure. We become so bewildered by our material situation that our whole intelligence is completely fixed on our moroseness and our depression. You go to such a person and tell them, there's a satsang going on. There's a nice spiritual talk. Would you like to come? No, I don't want. Become so depressed, so much in the mode of ignorance that we don't even want to come out. That is what happens. Text 13. एवं स्वभरणाकल्पं तत्कलत्रादयस्तथा नाद्रियन्ते यथा पूर्वं किनाशाइव गोचरम्. Seeing him unable to support them, his wife and others do not treat him with the same respect as before. Even as miserly farmers do not accord the same treatment to their old and worn out oxen. Kinasha means farmers. Eva go jaram. Jara means old. Go means cow or bull. When the cow or bull becomes very old, they are not able to do any work in the farm, they are not able to plow the field, they are not able to give milk, then naturally a miserly farmer loses respect for that animal. Just like a farmer loses respect for an old cow or an old bull, family members in this material world lose respect for an elderly man or woman who has become frail because of old age and is not able to do anything. And I have seen this. I have personally seen one person who used to be a very dynamic officer in the government. But his problem was he was extremely rude. He would speak very rudely, harshly to everyone while in power, even to family members. And everybody was scared of him. But when he became old, he became retired. Now all the money is gone. Now dependent on the children for money. Of course, you get pension, but that is just a number that gets deposited in the bank. Ultimately, you need someone to go bring the money home, someone to go buy the grocery, someone to cook food for you, someone to help you with a walker when you're not able to walk, someone to even clean your stool and urine because you are become very weak now. And this person, whenever sadhus or beggars used to come home, he would be sitting in the veranda and ready to scream at them. "Ah, आ गया, इधर नहीं आने का, don't come into the out." That was his favorite activity. When children are playing on the road and the cricket ball enters the house, he used to run with a stick. No, don't come in the house now. Don't come in the house. Now this ball is mine. हमारे घर में बॉल आया तो अब हमारा हो गया. कितने बार बोला है, रास्ते पे मत खेला करो. अरे बच्चे खेलेंगे नहीं तो क्या करेंगे? And then he used to take the ball. Now this person, he was rude to the neighboring children. He was rude to the neighbors. He was rude to family members even, and to all the sadhus who came home. Kanjus, makhichus, as they say. But when he became old, when he developed dementia, when he became infirm, then his plight was very painful to see. Family members, his wife also died. Now he's a widower, 80-year-old man, at the mercy of his children and daughters in law. Three sons and three daughters in law, one big joint family. Hare Krishna. And he was locked up in one room, and they would open the door, not even open the door, just put the food outside 2 times a day and knock on the door. Say, "Lele, roti." And he used to open, and whenever he used to take the plate and go inside, he was not allowed to come outside. They would lock the door from outside because he'll come out stinky, smelly, covered in stool, urine. He'll create a nuisance. So he was kept in room outside. And now when the sadhus would go home, Bhiksham Dehi, Hare Krishna, now he would scream from inside, "Arey, open the door, help me. Nobody's helping me. I want to see the sadhu. Oh, sadhus, tell something to my family members. Pravachan do inko. They don't know how to treat a old man." And sadhus would think, where is the sound coming from? They could not figure out where the sound is coming from because he was locked up. The laws of karma are very stringent, and we should be very careful. We should not become proud because our strength, money, beauty, influence, and ability. Because as we saw in the very beginning of this chapter, Krishna in the form of Kal, time, is going to take away everything. Therefore, one should be humble, caring, and take care of others. Take care of others. Then Krishna will take care of us in our old age. Hare Krishna. Not just materially. Even if materially there is no vyavastha, even if materially there are no facilities for us in old age, if we are Krishna conscious, we will not need those facilities. We will be happy the way we are with two rotis, no problem. Point is, we must purify ourselves by being Krishna conscious. Now, people in the family, they treat him like an old cow who cannot give milk, or old bull who is good for nothing, just sits and eats grass. The example is given. Eva go jaram, old cow. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, not only in the present age, but from time immemorial, no one has liked an old man who is unable to earn in the family. Contribute karo, Baba, contribute karo. What is your contribution to the family? Sirf khate ho. That is how the world sees. The world is very matlabi. World is very selfish, my dear friends. If we cannot contribute, nobody likes us. Therefore, wherever we are, whether we are in a family, whether we are guests, first of all, when we are guests, we should not stay very long at other person's house. Whether we are in ISKCON program, wherever we are, whether we are in our office, we should have this mentality that I want to contribute. I want to contribute. I want to contribute. We should be contributors. We should not say that I am a contributor, but our attitude should be I want to contribute. I am here, let me do some seva. I don't want to just eat and sleep. Just come, eat, and go. No. I have come, I want to do some seva. I will put the chadar, I will fold the chadar, I will throw the garbage out, I will wash the plate. I want to do something. If I've come for a program, I'm not just come, sit, eat, and go. We should be contributors. That attitude we should have. Contributor. Wherever I am, I want to do something positive, contribute something useful. Srila Prabhupada writes, no one likes old man who is unable to earn in the family. Now, Srila Prabhupada was an old man. Prabhupada himself said many times, I am an old man. Now, I'll tell you something that I heard from His Grace Dinbandhu Prabhu when he was recently here in Atlanta. Dinbandhu Prabhu said that once he had gone to Nasik and there he met a person, a devotee. His name also was Dinbandhu Das. And he used to be a pujari in Vrindavan when Srila Prabhupada lived in Radha Damodar temple as a sannyasi. Before Prabhupada became Prabhupada, when he was still Swamiji. There was a conference of the Mahants of Vrindavan one time. And in that sabha, this Dinbandhu Prabhu also went. And of course, Srila Prabhupada was there. And many other Mahants were there. And everybody was speaking their viewpoints, what should be done in that sabha, generally. And Srila Prabhupada challenged all of them. Srila Prabhupada said, you are all sitting in Vrindavan, but what are you contributing to the society? You are sitting in Vrindavan and doing bhajan, and that is good for you personally. But as sadhus, you have to contribute for society. You have to do welfare work in the world. What are you contributing? And everybody is looking at each other. We don't know, we never thought of it like that. Prabhupada said that as a Babaji in Vrindavan, you are sitting and eating rotis. People are coming, giving donation, they are giving you a chadar, a dhoti, a roti, whatever they are giving you a facility to live, they are giving you some dakshina. You are becoming indebted to society. What are you doing for society? We have spiritual wealth, we should distribute spiritual wealth. Because Prabhupada used to go every few days to Delhi to distribute Back to Godhead magazine, to preach. Prabhupada would go to Mathura, Agra, he would go to Delhi and do home programs also and preach also. So Prabhupada inspired, go and do something. So this Pujari in Vrindavan got so inspired that he left Vrindavan to go and preach about Sanatan Dharma. And that's how he ended up in a temple in Nasik, outside the Dham, where he wants to preach. Now, later on, Srila Prabhupada left Vrindavan, he came to America, he became Jagat Guru, became Prabhupada, had thousands of disciples all over the world. And then one day, some Prabhupada's disciples, they went to Nasik. And Dinbandhu Prabhu saw the ISKCON devotees and he called them and he said, which society you belong to? And they said, we belong to ISKCON, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And this is our Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada. So, oh, Swamiji, I know him from Vrindavan when he was staying in those small two rooms in Radha Damodar temple. And then he said, after Prabhupada became Jagat Guru, once he came to Nasik and I met him. And I told him, I saw so many Western disciples with him. So I saw Swamiji, who had now become Prabhupada, with all these Western disciples, and I asked him, आप इनको क्या देते हो? ये सब आपके चेले बन गए, गोरे लोग, आप क्या देते हो इनको? And Prabhupada said that Motilal Nehru, the father of Jawaharlal Nehru, he was a very aristocratic man. Motilal Nehru, they came from a very affluent family. So Motilal Nehru had many servants in the house. And believe it or not, one servant was a British man. He had a Firangi as a servant at home. And he gave a salary to all the servants. The salary of the Firangi was 9 times the salary of the local Desi servants. So once Motilal Nehru was asked, Jawaharlal Nehru, his own son, asked him, Ki Pitaji, why you are giving 9 times salary to this one Firangi Sevak? Other Indian servants are getting X salary, he is getting 9 times X salary, this British servant. Why? He said, remove him and you can keep more servants. Motilal Nehru said, no. Having a Firangi servant is very prestigious. Therefore, to maintain him, I have to pay him a very high salary. So I give him 9 times the normal salary. That's why he's working for me. But for me, it's prestigious to have a British servant. Motilal Nehru said like that. And Prabhupada is quoting this to Dinbandhu Das, Dinbandhu Prabhu, and saying Motilal Nehru had to pay 9 times salary to have this British and American Firangi servant. And Prabhupada said, I am not giving them anything. But by Krishna's mercy, I have thousands of Firangi Sevaks who are working free of cost. I don't give them ek paisa. I make them sleep on the floor. When I walk into the room, they have to stand up. I say, sit down, they sit down. I say, dance, they dance. I say, go here, they go there. I tell them, do this, they do that. And I don't pay them anything. Zilch. But still they are doing. Why? Because I'm giving them Krishna. Krishna se tomar, Krishna dite paro, tomar shakti ache. Prabhupada had the power, Shakti, to deliver Krishna to us. And therefore, even these Europeans, Americans, and others, they agreed to become Srila Prabhupada's servants. Hari Bol. Even though they got nothing in remuneration. This is the beauty of Krishna consciousness. Even in the modern age, in some communities or states, the old men are given poison so that they will die as soon as possible. I again know one case like that. When someone became old, Bichari, she had written in her will, she had no husband and no children. So she had a nephew. So she said, if after I die, all the money I have in my bank, everything will go to my nephew. My nephew saw she has several lakhs of rupees. She was a household servant. All her life, Bichari, she saved. One night when she was sleeping in her kutir, बाहर से बंद कर दिया और कुटीर को पेट्रोल केरोसिन डाल के आग लगा दी रात को जला के राख कर दिया उसको Overnight, you get 7-8 lakh rupees. This is the nature of the world. These are the so-called loved ones, family members. In some cannibalistic communities, the old grandfather is sportingly killed and a feast is held in which his body is eaten. Hare Krishna. The example is given that a farmer does not like old bull who cannot work. What do the dairies do? When the cows and bulls become old, they are sold to the slaughterhouse. Hare Krishna. And they're eaten up. Krishna is very merciful. Krishna will never do such a thing. When the Ram Ravan Yuddha was going on, in Valmiki Ramayana it is described, war used to go and the war used to end at night, and next day morning again the war would start. At night, whatever Rakshasas had been killed by the Ram Sena, Ravan would arrange all the dead bodies of the Rakshasas to be taken deep in the Indian Ocean and thrown in the ocean. So that next day morning, when the war starts, nobody will see how many Rakshasas have died. Ram Sena will not come to know. Everything looks very clean, spick and span. On the other hand, Bhagwan Shri Ram with Sri Lakshman would go from soldier to soldier, soldier to soldier, and personally tell Jambavan or um, Sushena, whoever the Vaidya was, to apply medicine to ease the pain and suffering of all the wounded soldiers. And those who had died, Shri Ram would personally perform the Antyeshti Kriya, the last rites for the departed soldiers, ensuring that they get Vaikuntha. Hari Bol. अंतकाल रघुवर पुर जाई जहां जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई. No more birth, old age, disease, death. This is the difference between Krishna and this material world. Ravan represents material world. What is the policy? Use and throw. Use and throw. Use and throw. And what is Ram's policy? Sakrideva prapannoyam tavasmiti sayachate abhayam sarvada tasmai dadami etad vratam mama. You give me little bit, I will give you unlimited. Sakrid prapannoyam, you give me one little surrender, abhayam sarvada dadami. I will give you protection forever. Like somebody is saying, give $1 insurance premium, unlimited coverage for all time to come. For 21 generations. This is Krishna's policy. It is such a good bargain. Hare Krishna. Swalpamabhyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. On the other hand, in material world, everything will be taken. Mutyu sarva haras chaham. Gaya. Lost. It's our choice what we want to do. It is judicious, therefore, to give up family attachment when one attains old age and take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. One should employ himself in Lord's service so that the Supreme Lord can take charge of him and he will not be neglected by his so-called kinsmen. Text 14. Tatrapajata nirvedo bhriyamana swayam bhritaihi jarayopatta vairupyo marana bhimukho grihe. The foolish family man does not become averse to family life, although he is maintained by those whom he once maintained. Deformed by the influence of old age, he prepares himself to meet ultimate death. Marana bhimukho grihe. He wants to die. Srila Radha Govind Maharaj in one Harikatha tell us a story of someone from his village where Srila Radha Govind Maharaj went to his village in Bihar and was preaching to his relatives. And actually, Srila Radha Govind Maharaj even name is not name, but tells the relationship of that person, relative. Some auntie. And Srila Radha Govind Maharaj was preaching that auntie, आपने भक्ति करना चाहिए, आपने भजन करना चाहिए. And तो she said कि नहीं, मुझे कोई उसमें इंटरेस्ट नहीं है. I'm not interested in Krishna consciousness. He says, "Why? You are always interested in home consciousness, Griha Medhi. When you die, you will be born in this house again, in this material world." हाँ अच्छा, वो तो बहुत अच्छा रहेगा. If I'm born in तो बहुत बढ़िया. He says, "No, you may be born as a dog in this house." He says, "No, it's so very good now. I will, with my eyes, I will see my children, grandchildren. It will be very nice." Hare Krishna. See how pagal we are. How material energy makes us mad. Moodhadhi. This is called Moodhadhi. We give ourselves to fallible soldiers. Asat Sainya. We give ourselves to those people who are going to fail us. Why not give ourselves to Achyut, who will never fail us? Infallible Lord. We know the story of Kailash. It's a Puranic story. You know how many of you don't know? Story of Kailash, raise your hand. Everybody knows Kailash story. Nobody is raising the hand except Vanit Prabhu. Satyarvada, you don't know. Kailash story, you don't know. How many of you know the story of Kailash? Shama Vallavi Mataji knows. Shama Kishori Mataji knows. Shanta Radhika Mataji knows. Aishwarya Satyabhama Mataji knows. Pariva Mataji knows. And Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji knows. Radha Gopinath Prabhu, do you know the story of Kailash? Where are you? I can only see your forehead. No, you don't know? You know. Story of Muktasanga Prabhu. Whatever Muktasanga Prabhu, he doesn't know. So for Muktasanga Prabhu, all of you have to hear the story of Kailash. I heard this story from Gaurang Prabhu, and he made us do drama on this story when we were in boys' hostel in JJ Hospital, Grand Medical College. It's a Puranic story. Prabhupada also tells this story. So there was a boy called Kailash, and when he was a student in school, in Gurukul, Shripad Narad Muni was very pleased. So Shripad Narad Muni went to him and said, "You are a very good brahmachari. Chal, come with me. Become my chela. You become my disciple. I will give you full Krishna consciousness. Your life will become spiritually perfect in this life. Come with me. I will take you. Wherever I go, you come with me. Travel with me. Become my assistant. Become my student." Kailash said, "What are you saying? Go with you? Become a sannyasi like you? No, 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 not possible. I have my curriculum. I have my ambitions. I have my academic goals. My parents have so much expectations. पापा कहते हैं बड़ा नाम करेगा, बेटा हमारा ऐसा काम करेगा. Let me finish my education. Then we'll see. Come back. Come back after a few years. नारद जी जाओ, थोड़ा नारायण नारायण करो, राधिका रमन करो, बाद में आओ. अच्छा ठीक है. नारद मुनि बेचारा goes away. After some years, he comes back to check on his potential disciple. He says, Kailash, are you ready to come with me now? I have come to take you. Chal. Kailash said, what are you saying? I just graduated. My parents got me married then. My wife is cooking inside. She's in the kitchen. New wife. Hari bol. I am in honeymoon mood. Abhi don't disturb me. Come back after a few years. ऐसा कोई शादी करके सन्यास लेता है? चलो बाद में आओ. Narad says, okay. After a few years, he comes back. So he has become a donkey for his children. Children are climbing on his back and he's playing. And Narad says, Chal, take sannyas, come with me. He says, what are you saying? Who will take care of these children? I have to take care of the children. I have a job. I have to earn money. Don't disturb. So when will you become my disciple? Later. Try after some more years. Jao. Narad says, okay. Goes. Narad Muni comes back after a few more years. He knocks on the door. Kailash. He says, Chal, come, let's take sannyas, Kailash. Come with me. Kailash says, what are you saying? I was expecting कुछ रिश्ते वाले आए थे. लड़की की शादी करनी है. Some boys, why you come? Go. They will see you sannyasi. They will not get their son married to my daughter. Go. I'm very busy, Baba. I have to get my daughter married. I have to get my son married. Go. बाद में आओ. When will you come with me then? I'll come after a few more. Give me a few more years. I'm busy right now. Narad Muni goes back. Comes back. Now Kailash is holding his grandchildren. Hey, my sons got married. My sons have now children. They are my grandchildren, and my sons are very busy working in the fields. I have got big property, businesses. Who will take care of the grandchildren? Oh, I never got to enjoy the childhood of my children. Now Almighty has given me grandchildren and I can enjoy. I am at home. I don't have to go to work. My grandchildren are at home all the time and I'm enjoying with them. Narad Muni, let me enjoy. Don't be my dushman. Chalo, jao. Let me enjoy my grandfatherhood. I have too much busy activities taking care of my grandchildren. I'm more busy now than before. So go. बाद में आओ. When should I come? Come back after a few more years. Let me enjoy my grandfatherhood. Okay. Narad Muni goes back. Comes back after some time. Kailash's son opens the door. Narad Muni says, where is Kailash? The son says, वो तो मर गए, पिछले हफ्ते मर गए. अच्छा, पिछले हफ्ते मर गए. Oh, so sad. What a waste of human life. He was a young brahmachari. Since then I was telling him. Since then I was telling him, become my disciple, become my disciple. आज नहीं कल, आज नहीं कल, आज नहीं कल. He was just postponing, postponing, postponing. He's dead and gone. Her whole human life wasted. Narad Muni, very sad. He's walking out. As he's walking out, just outside the gate of the house, on the side of the road, footpath, there is a dog, female dog. She has given birth to litter. Narad Muni is passing. One small puppy starts calling out to Narad Muni. Narad Muni can speak all languages. Say, hey, who are you? Puppy, I used to be Kailash. I used to be Kailash. I died 1 week ago. Now I am a 4-year-old puppy. Oh, you'll come with me. Come on. I will give you a human body right now. Give you a human body. Come with me. I will save you. No, I'm trying to impress my son. So he will take me as a pet and keep me in the house. और मैं अपने घर में बड़ा होऊंगा. Then I will look after the house. My son is very careless. सवेरे 10 बजे तक उठता नहीं है. I have to guard the house from thieves. My ambition is to become a guard dog. इतने मेहनत से घर बनाया है मैंने. एक एक ईंट का पैसा मैंने कमाया है. एक एक रूम को डिजाइन किया है. एक एक रोज का पौधा मैंने प्लांट किया है. मुझे घर की देखरेख करनी है. जा बाद में बात में. Yeah, this is nonsense. Come back. This life is for my family. I will protect them. So what if I am a dog? Bevkoof. Narad Muni, very disappointed, goes away. Comes back after a few more years and knocks on the door. Again, Kailash's son answers the door. Where is that dog that he used to have? That dog who took birth outside your house. You brought him in when he was few days old. Yes, yes, a very nice dog. He served us so nicely. I used to give him only 2 rotis and little bit milk. And still he happily served us for 15 years. But just some time back, he also died. Hey, the dog died. Yeah, he died. Another life wasted. Another life wasted. Narad Muni, very disappointed. He's going, psst, psst. Hey, what is this? He looks into the grass in the angan and there is a snake. In the snake language, he speaks to Narad Muni. He says, Zzz, I have become snake. Hey, what is your name? I am Kailash. You become snake? Yes, I became snake. Because when I died as a dog, I was thinking of my house. I was thinking of my family members. I have to protect from thieves and animals. So I am a snake. And any thief comes, psst, I scare them away. Oh, that's abominable. Snake form is so low. Envious snake mode of ignorance. Okay, chal, you come with me. I'll give you a human birth. I will initiate you. You become my descendant. Chal, what Narad Muni is saying. Bhagwan Vyasdev's guru is making an offer. Chal, tere ko diksha deta hu. Become my chela. Become my disciple. He says, psst, what nonsense. I'm so happy. I can sleep. I have made a nice hole. Look. In that garden there, nobody goes there. In that remote corner of my beautiful houses, beautiful garden, I have made a beautiful hole, dark hole. I live in that hole and I protect my property. Narad Muni says, are you coming with me or no? No, sir. Okay. Narad Muni goes back, knocks on the door. The son, hey, what is it? Sannyasi Baba. He says, listen, Kailash Nandan, there is a deadly venomous snake in your courtyard. Your little children are playing all the time. That snake is going to bite and kill. Take care of it. Or bhaiya idhar aao, or he calls all his brothers. Chalo, they take lathi, sticks, and they start hitting that snake, trying to kill. I'm sorry. That snake starts talking to Shripad Narad. Sorry, save me. You will become my disciple? Yes. Save me. Narad, hey, stop hitting him. Don't hit, stop. I will take the snake with me. Chal, come with me. Thanks. Come with me, chal. And then he becomes a disciple of Narad Muni and gets delivered. So much a guru has to do to save one soul because we are so stubborn. What does Srimad Bilomangalacharya say? वक्तुं समर्थोऽपि न वक्ति कश्चित् अहो जनानां व्यसनाभिमुख्यम् जिह्वे पिबस्वा अमृतमेतदेव गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति गोविन्द दामोदर माधवेति वक्तुं समर्थो. Everybody is capable of saying Hare Krishna, Govinda, Damodara, Madhava. Everyone is able to say. Vaktum samartho, apina vaktum kaschit. But still nobody chants. Aho jananam vyasanabhimukhya. Everybody is so devoted to causing their own ruination. Therefore, my dear tongue, listen to me. Drink nectar. Jivhe pibasva amritam etadeva. Drink the amrit. What? Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. Just drink this nectar. That we should do. Srimad Narad Muni ki Jai. So like that. Family attraction is so strong that even if one is neglected by family members in his old age, he cannot give up family affection. And he remains at home just like a dog. In the Vedic way of life, one has to give up family life when he is strong enough. It is advised that before getting too weak and being baffled in material activities and before becoming diseased, one should give up family life and engage oneself completely in the service of Lord Krishna for the remaining days of his life. It is enjoined, therefore, in the Vedic scriptures that as soon as one passes the 50-year age mark, one must give up family life and live alone in the forest. After preparing himself fully, should become a sannyasi to distribute the knowledge of spiritual life to teach to each and every home. Whole idea is to give up material activities, to give up material attachments, and to engage more and more in Krishna consciousness. Hari Bol. Text 15. Aste vamatyopanyastaṁ grihapala ivaharam amayavapradiptagnir alpaharo alpacheshtitah. Thus he remains at home just like a pet dog. Griha Grihapal means a pet dog and eats whatever is so negligently given to him. Aste avamatya. Even he is neglected, but still he remains. पालतू कुत्ता उसको हट करो बेचारा उधर रहता है नहीं जाता नहीं है. Afflicted with many diseases, illnesses such as dyspepsia and loss of appetite, he eats only very small morsels of food and he becomes an invalid who cannot work anymore. Hare Krishna. There is a story where once there was a human being, there was a dog, there was a donkey, and there was an owl. And they all go to Lord Krishna and they complain to Lord Krishna. Everybody's lifespan is 40 years. How much? 40 years. 40 years for the human being, 40 years for the owl, 40 years for the dog, and 40 years for the donkey. Everybody's lifespan is 40 years. They go, and the man complains to Krishna, Krishna, why you have given only 40 years lifetime? This lifespan is too meager, too insufficient. I want more. Krishna says, but I have निर्धारित कर दिया है. I have already decided 40 years, 40 years, 40. I have to be equal. Samoham sarvabhuteshu. Says, no, I want more. I want longer lifespan. Man says. Then the owl, the dog, and the donkey, they say, ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. No problem, no problem, no problem. शांत हो जाओ, शांत हो जाओ. प्रभु शांत हो जाओ। मनुष्य प्रभु शांत हो जाओ। कृष्णा says the dog, 50% of my life give it to the man. Owl says, Krishna, 50% of my life give it to the man. Donkey says, Krishna, 50% of my life also give it to the man. Hari bol. Man is very happy. Jai ho. Like Duryodhan, who got the Narayani Sena, he comes back. Comes back from Dwarka. Hari bol. I got wonderful benediction from Krishna. Now I will live. I got 20 years from the dog. I got 20 years from the donkey. I got 20 years from the owl. Hari bol. Now I will live for 80 years. My average lifespan, Mukta Sangha Prabhu, will be 80 years. He's very happy. First 40 years of his life, he lives happily. Hari bol. Then he becomes like a donkey. At 40, he becomes a donkey. बहुत काम करना है. Retirement age is coming at 60. I have only 20 years. I have to work. I have to educate my children, get them married, contribute for 401k, retirement plan. Wife keeps making expenditures, losses. Yeah, whoa, I have to work like a donkey. 20 years. After working for 20 years, retire. But after retirement, now doesn't know what to do. So, as a retired fellow, he sits and what does he do? He keeps barking like a dog. हा 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 लाफिंग क्लब ज्वाइन करता है, रोटरी क्लब ज्वाइन करता है, लायंस क्लब ज्वाइन करता है. एंड सॉरी, नॉट 80 years, 100 years लाइफ. मैथ अच्छा नहीं था इसलिए डॉक्टर बन गया. सो नाउ next 20 years he is living the life of a dog. What does a dog do? Sit at home. What does a retirement do? Sit at home. पहले he used to go out till 60. Now he's at home like a grihapal. Instead of serving Gopal, now he's become a Grihapal. He has become a dog, always at home. And anybody comes at home, "बू, बू, बू, कौन है? कौन किससे मिलना है? आपके बेटे से मिलना है? नहीं, वो ऑफिस ऑफिस गए, आप बाद में आओ, क्या मैसेज दूं? Like a dog is sitting. And then he keeps jabbering, always busy on WhatsApp, very active on WhatsApp now, after the age of 60. All forward this message, that message, this group, that group, like a dog, bab, barking all the time. Then after 80, he becomes blind like a bat, sleeping in the daytime and no sleep at night, and then goes to doctor. Can you give me melatonin? Can you give me some sleeping pill? That is how we live, like an owl. Awake at night, sleeping in the daytime, blind like a bat. Hare Krishna. This is the life of a human being. 40 years, human being. Next 20 years, donkey. Next 20 years, dog. Grihapal. And next 20 years, blind like a owl, useless. Hari bol. Nobody wants to see. And then we die. So we should not be like that. We should be Kaumaram Acharet Pratnyo. From childhood, we should be devotee of Krishna. And as our life goes on, we should try to increase our Krishna consciousness. One devotee is so inspired. At the age of 70, he heard that we should increase our rounds. And whatever our age is, at least that many rounds we should chant. Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji. So suppose one is 50 years old, we should chant 50 rounds. Someone is 40 years old, we chant at least 40 rounds. He heard this when he was 70 years old. Became so serious, started chanting 70 rounds. Now he's 74, 75, chanting 74, 75 rounds. So serious. So like that. As we grow old, we have to increase our bhajan. तीव्रेण भक्ति योगेन यजत पुरुष परम. हरि बोल. Now, if a man leaves home and dies without his family's knowing, that is considered to be glorious, that Srila Prabhupada is saying. Not that we die at home. Text 16. वायुनोत्क्रमणोत्तारः कफ समृद्ध नाडिकः कास श्वास कृतायासः कंठे घुरा घुरायते. In that diseased condition, one's eyes bulge due to the pressure of air from within, and his glands become congested with mucus. He has difficulty breathing, and upon exhaling and inhaling, he produces a sound like gur gur, rattling within the throat, all mucousy, congested. That is the nature of old age. All this should make us more and more eager for Krishna. I don't want to be in this Maya. I don't want to be in this Dukkhalema Shashvatam. I want to be where my Guru Maharaj is. I want to be where my Guru Parampara is. I want to be where my Ishtadev is. I want to serve Radha and Krishna eternally under the desire fulfilling trees on the banks of Yamuna in the divine forest of Vrindavan. Divyad Vrindaranya Kalpadruma, the Srimad Ratnagar Simhasanasthav, Shri Shri Radha, Srila Govinda Devav, Preshthalibi Sevyamano Smarami. Text 17. Shayanah Parishochabhihi परिवीतः स्वबन्धुभिः वाच्यमानोऽपि न भ्रूते कालपाशवशं गतः. In this way, he comes under the clutches of death and lies down, surrounded by lamenting friends and relatives. And although he wants to speak with them, he no longer can because he is under the control of time. Hari Bol. For formality's sake, when a man is lying on his deathbed, his relatives come to him and sometimes they cry very loudly, addressing the dying man, "Oh, my father! Oh, my friend! Oh, my husband!" In that pitiable condition, the dying man wants to speak with them and instruct them of his desires. But because he is fully under the control of the time factor of death, he cannot express himself, and that causes him inconceivable pain. He's already in a painful condition because of disease, and his glands and throats are choked up with mucus. He's already in a very difficult position. And when he's addressed by his relatives in that way, his grief increases. Tumhare bina mera kya hoga? What will I do without you? And he becomes more and more morose. And thus, he dies, and devoid of Krishna consciousness, another life is wasted. And this goes on birth after birth after birth after birth. And in this way, we find ourselves even today in this material world. The other day, I was listening to a Japa Jolt with Shripad Vaisheshika Maharaj with my daughter Maithili. We were watching together. And Shripad Vaisheshika Maharaj said something profound. He said, enough is enough. We have had enough of this material world, enough of this cheating, enough of this wasting human form of life. Not anymore. Now we are going to chant with concentration. We are going to take to Krishna consciousness very seriously, and we are going to give others Srila Prabhupada's books, thereby giving them also a chance to make their life successful. Hari Bol. So no more nonsense of this material world. We should take to Krishna consciousness seriously and also share it with others. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, 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 jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Shama Kishori Mataji ki jai. Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare.
Dandat Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for the very insightful class. I have three questions. We can discuss, whatever time we have. So
Srimad
the
Vaisheshika
first,
Maharaj wrote a book, four questions.
who
Yeah.
wrote that?
Srimad Vaisheshika Maharaj. Four
Hari
questions.
Bol.
And we
Hari
have
Bol.
three questions. Hari Bol.
So
Yes.
Prabhuji, you described the sorry state of affairs where, parents are mistreated nowadays. And the old man who was locked up, and it's very hard to hear also how that happens. But we are in the moment, we are trying to progress towards Krishna, and many a times we are in a situation where parents are far away and we cannot practically be there to take care of them. So what should be our duty and how can we help them? Many a times the situation is very complicated where practically you cannot do much because of their bodily issues and other things. So, how can we fulfill our duties as children and how can we help our parents at this age as they are getting older?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. We can understand this from two angles. One is from the point of view of the parents, and second, from the point of view of the children, that is us. From the point of view of parents, parents should realize the cruel nature of this material world. Why the Creator, Krishna, says Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam. There is a reason why Krishna calls this world Dukkhalaya. And that should be understood by everyone, especially those who are in old age. And they should take to Krishna consciousness, they should take shelter of Krishna very sincerely. Old age is meant for bhajan, like Srila Prabhupada became so serious, fulfilled his responsibilities, raised three children, took care of his wife. But when the time came, Srila Prabhupada took Vanaprastha, followed by sannyas. Around the age of 55, Srila Prabhupada took Vanaprastha, and a few years later, at the age of 59, approximately, Srila Prabhupada took sannyas, and then Srila Prabhupada remained a sannyasi till the age of 81. So, old age is meant for bhajan, old age is meant to take shelter of Krishna, and old age is meant to share the wisdom of Krishna consciousness that we have accumulated. Then the younger generation will also value and appreciate us. Then old age becomes beautiful. When Shri Vrindavan Chandra Prabhu and his good wife, they are living in his Canto temple, so many devotees would come to New Jersey temple just to have darshan of Vrindavan Chandra Prabhu and his wife. In fact, when I came for the first time last year, after many years gap, 2009 I was there in New York, and occasionally I used to come to ISKCON Tobacco. But first time when I came for Hari Katha, if I remember correctly, I spoke on the Adi Leela of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And really, when I came there, one of the desires I had was that I want to meet His Grace Vrindavan Chandra Prabhu and his good wife. And that was fulfilled. I saw Mataji offering Aarti on the altar, and then later on, Anandmay Krishna Prabhu took me upstairs also to Vrindavan Chandra Prabhu's room. And meeting him was one of the highlights of my visit. Now, Prabhuji, physically, from the material vision, was old, but his association was sought by, his association was sought after by so many devotees. Why? Because he had spent a lifetime in Krishna consciousness. So, from the Varishtha Vaishnava point of view, they should take to Krishna consciousness seriously. So, they become sources of inspiration to the younger generation, and they should share the wisdom that they have accrued over the years. This intergenerational teaching is very important. And this was the traditional Vedic life, where the younger generation would glean spiritual knowledge and wisdom from the older generation. Now, from the point of view of us, the children who have elderly parents who live in another city or worse still, another country, what do we do? It is a constant thorn in the heart. It's a constant pain in the heart. How much we wish that we lived in the same house or the same city, like one big joint family. Personally, I would be ecstatic if my parents and my parents in laws were in the same house. By Krishna's mercy, it's a big house and It would be ecstatic to have them in the same house and serve them, spend time with them, share Krishna consciousness with them, learn from them, from their experience. And so recently, last 1 month or so, I have had this upper respiratory lingering infection that refuses to go away, having congestion, and somehow by sniffing like this to the eustachian tube, it has gone into the middle ear now on both sides. So I am hard of hearing for the last 1 week or so. I'm not able to. Many times people are having conversation in the room and I'm not able to. After what did you say? Like that. And sometimes in the hospital they tell me I'm speaking too loudly. One patient told me I'm not hard of hearing. Why are you speaking so loudly? That's why the last time I asked you all, am I speaking too loudly? Because I'm not able to
Yes.
hear. So like that. But this made me realize, Mataji, how old people must be feeling constantly when they are not able to hear conversations. And they, oh, what is, Bharat bol, kya bolla? It's such a bad feeling to not be able to hear, such a feeling to be incontinent, such a horrible feeling to be unsteady when we walk and always having a fear of having a fall. We walk around, jump around, go to gym, do so many things, go for a japa walk without thinking twice about it. Imagine a situation where every step is a danger of falling. So old age is very humbling, old age is very painful. And therefore, personally, I would be so happy to take care of old parents and be there for them. I saw my parents do that to my grandparents. Unfortunately, I don't have that good fortune right now because of the visa situation, and we have immigrated to another country. It makes things very difficult. But what to do? We have to pray. We have to. I tell my parents to join practically every class I give. Now, also, both of them are listening. So that way,
Hari Bol.
I'm associating with them, and they are associating with me. And we are spending time in the most meaningful way, where we sit and we hear Hari Katha, share Hari Katha with each other. But this is the hard reality of life. What to do? We should try our best. From the children's point of view, we should try our best to take care of parents and whatever is practical, practically speaking, we should try to do, keeping Krishna in the center. And ultimately, we have to understand that destiny is very powerful. Prarabdha is very powerful. We don't know what is in our prarabdha. And ultimately, we bow down to Krishna's will. But from our side, we should try our best to serve parents. It is an act of Krishna consciousness to serve parents and to serve them in a way that they come closer to Krishna, we come closer to Krishna. And it is not Maya, it is not waste of time. It is the best use of time. Bhagwan Vitthal Dev came to Pandharpur only because Pundarik was serving his parents who were devotees. So we should, as far as possible, take care of our parents with Krishna in the center. Not that we take care of parents means we sit and read newspaper with them, dis- discuss news with them. No, we should give them Krishna. My spiritual master, being a sannyasi, stayed in Chicago. And especially during COVID, when there was no preaching going on, my Guru Maharaj was in GEV. And I got a call from some senior devotees. This was March of 2020. And the counselors told me that Maharaj wants to travel to America and we are advising strongly against it. The COVID shutdown has started. People are falling sick. People are dying. It's dangerous for Maharaj to get on a transatlantic 16-hour flight from Mumbai to New York and from New York to Chicago. And it's just not advisable. But Maharaj is not listening to us. Can you talk to Maharaj? I said yes. So I was ready with all the Gaurang Prabhu was there. And I was ready with all the statistics because Maharaj likes hard facts. So
Right.
I was ready with statistics. when the cruise ship came to America, one person had COVID and infected how many people? What is the communicability? What is the infectiousness of COVID-19? And what is the risk of sitting in a flight with even one person having COVID with the same air circulating for 16 hours? Plus, Maharaj is almost 70 years old. This is 2020. I was ready with all the statistics, and Maharaj heard everything. And Maharaj said, "Okay, thank you very much." And then Maharaj said that, "Give me what is that? Hydroxychloroquine." And I am going to sit on the flight. Maharaj said, "This hydroxychloroquine also I am taking to Mandanam Lokaranjanam. I'm doing it to please all of you, but I'm going." And
What
Maharaj,
is that, Prabhuji?
oh, that medicine that was initially touted to prevent COVID,
Oh, I see.
hydroxychloroquine, Plaquenil.
Okay.
The efficacy was questionable, but they were saying that it's the best we have. Just take hydroxychloroquine. So Maharaj said, "Give me hydroxychloroquine." He popped two pills, hydroxychloroquine, and I think the dose was 400 milligrams. But that time in US, we were giving 400 milligrams. And Maharaj took that dose, and then he got on the flight and came. And next thing we know is he's in Chicago when the shutdown happened. And Maharaj used that opportunity for 2 years to live all alone in Chicago. And every day for 4 hours, Param Puja Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj would go and spend time with his father and discuss Krishna Katha, give Krishna consciousness to his father. And right after the pandemic, his father left this world. So last 2 years of his life, Maharaj was personally able to serve him. And Maharaj was involved in everything. Who was the caregiver? Who was the primary care physician? Everything Maharaj was personally coordinating, taking care of his father very nicely. Being a sannyasi, but if was completely Krishna conscious. Maharaj even accepted a Toyota Prius from his father. And when asked why, Maharaj said, when I was 18, it was the tradition in America that every father used to gift their 18-year-old child a car. But unfortunately, not unfortunately, somehow, by the will of Providence, I became a monk. I left home. And I never gave my father that joy to gift me a car. And Maharaj said, now I'm 70-year-old sannyasi. My father says, before I die, I want to have that joy of gifting you a car. So his father gave him a black Toyota Prius, and Maharaj accepted just to please his father. ठीक है. I never gave you that joy. I left home, so you can give me now. Like that, who can understand the heart of a pure devotee? But the bottom line is that we should try to serve our parents with Krishna in the center as much as possible. And that way Krishna will be pleased. Everything we do, it is to please Krishna. One may say that I'm going to sit and chant 64 rounds or 128 rounds or 192 rounds. But what is the purpose of chanting 192 rounds or 128 or 64 rounds or extra rounds? The purpose is to please Krishna. There is no other purpose. Purpose is to please Krishna. We make spiritual advancement to the degree we please Krishna. And if we take care of our parents who have affection for us, who have brought us up, who have given us this human body through which we are able to do bhajan, Krishna expects that we will take care of our. Krishna did so much for his parents. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did so much for his parents. For his father, he walked all the way to Gaya to do Shraddha. How many of us are willing to walk from South India and go all the way to Gaya? Bengal is considered South India. Gaurang told me anybody south of Nagpur is South Indian. So, like that. So, Mahaprabhu walked to do Shraddha of his father. Mahaprabhu always used to send messages to his mother, send Jagannath's Prasad, garland, Maha garland for his mother. He sent Jagadananda Pandit to his mother to pacify her. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu forgave Kala Krishna Das simply because he went to Navadvip and gave the samachar that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is safely back in Jagannath Puri. Please come for Rath Yatra. Just because Kala Krishna Das performed that seva, Mahaprabhu forgave him for his fall down, for his mistake. This is how much Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu loved. My mother says, stay in Jagannath Puri, don't go to Vrindavan. Instead of going north, Mahaprabhu goes south to Jagannath Puri and stays there for the rest of his Leela, never to leave, just to please his mother. Mahaprabhu is called Matra Bhakta Shiromani Gaurahari. Isn't he called Matra Bhakta Shiromani? So yes, Mahaprabhu, Krishna, Lord Ramachandra, when Bharat comes to Chitrakoot and says, I will do the sannyas, 14-year sannyas, you go and rule. You go back to Ayodhya. And mother says, Kaikeyi says, come back, let Bharat become Vanvasi, you come back. I'm really sorry what I did. And Shri Ram says, everything you're saying is very generous, very kind, and I accept it. But I cannot follow because I must make sure my father's words come true. Otherwise, my father will get dosh. That's his words became false. I have given my word to my father that I will do vanvas for 14 years, and then I must do, no matter what happens and who says what. Shri Ramchandra Bhagwan, he disobeyed his Gurudev, Vasishtha Muni. Gurudev said, come. Ram said, no. My father's words must be proven true because my father is no longer there. It will be a kalank on his reputation. It will be a blot on his good name. So, like that, so many examples are there from the Shastra where the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whether he is in performing Bhagwan Leela or Maryada Purushottam Leela or Bhakta Leela. Krishna is Bhagwan Leela. Prabhu Ramchandra is Maryada Purushottam Leela. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Bhakta Leela. Whatever Leela it is, we see a recurrent theme that there is attitude of gratitude and attitude of service toward the parents. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Gopal Bhatta Goswami and Raghunath Bhatta Goswami to stay at home until Venkat Bhatta and Tapan Mishra, respectively, and their wives were on this planet. When they leave this world, you can come and serve me in Vrindavan Dham or Jagannath Puri Dham. And they did like that. On the other hand, when the parents were not devotees, Mahaprabhu recommended that you leave. Raghunath Das Goswami, he said, you can leave and take sannyas, like that. But whatever it is, we should give Krishna consciousness to our parents. If they are not favorable to Krishna consciousness, they are against Krishna consciousness, then we can still serve them as children, but at the same time, keeping a protective layer that we don't get contaminated by their materialism. But if parents are devotees, then all the more it is required that we serve them and discuss Krishna Katha with them. And Krishna is especially very kind to the parents of devotees. I was talking to His Holiness Shripad Jayadvaita Swami Maharaj, and Maharaj told me how glorious his mother's departure was. She was, Alzheimer's and stroke and fall, of spine fracture and many problems, but Krishna conscious in her own way. And like that, so many examples are there. My Guru Maharaj's parents, both of them had very Krishna conscious departure. So, Srila Indradumna Swami Maharaj also, there is the story of his mother. And so many other Prabhupada disciples, their parents, Sripad Mukundatta Prabhu, Prabhupada disciple, his mother also had a very Krishna conscious departure. Last 6 years, he lived in America. Now he's in Vrindavan. Last 6 years of his life, he lived in America just to take care of his mother at the cost of his own personal health and well being. His only service was to take care of his mother. Last 6 years of her life. She also had dementia, many health problems, heart failure, etc. Just stayed with us, served her, and in the end, she was chanting Hare Krishna. She had Radha Kund water in her mouth, Tulsi leaf in her mouth, Vrajraj. And after that, Prabhu got Vrajvas. So glorious. Now he's in Vrindavan for so many years. So, like that, the blessings of our elders, blessings of our parents, they go a long way, both materially and spiritually. Gandhari had the power to make the body of Duryodhana, such a sinful wretch, steel frame, didn't she? There is power in the
Right.
blessings. I personally feel that whatever I'm doing, it is a big contribution to that is the blessings and good wishes of my parents. Always their blessing. May you please your Guru Maharaj more. May you serve Prabhupada more and more, like that. And those blessings have potency because they are mixed with love and selflessness. Selfless and loving blessings always carry potency, especially when backed with personal purity. So we should serve our parents to our level best. At the same time, we should be sensitive to prarabdha, sensitive to Krishna's will, that we have no control what happens ultimately. But from our side, we should always have a prayerful attitude and service attitude towards our parents. I hope this helps, Mataji. I just shared.
Wonderful, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you so much. Uh, I mean, I had another question also popped up, but I know there are others who want to ask questions. So,
Why don't you and Kamala Devi Mataji do this favor to me because it's late. It's 9:47.
yes,
Hold your questions and we'll definitely, Krishna willing, we'll take them um, day after tomorrow. Okay?
thank you. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Das was me. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Jai Jai Shri
Jai
Radhe.
Krishna Prabhuji, Jai